So we're back with a new video, and this time I got some more art tips. So yes, I know I've been making a lot of these videos, but I always have more tips that I want to share, and I think that these videos really help you guys since there's so many different art advice on YouTube or on social media in general nowadays. So no further ado, and let's get into the video. So here are 5 art tips that I think might be good for you to know before starting on your digital art journey. So the very first tip that I want to share is that digital art and traditional art are two completely different things. So traditional art is like where you just take a piece of paper and you just draw with your pen or pencil, or you can, like on digital art, you use a software, and finding the right software takes time. And that means you just have to try a lot of different software, different art apps out before you actually know which one suits you the best. But once you choose once you choose the right app, the right like software to use as a digital artist, you don't have to be afraid or stressed about all those buttons like I used to be. I literally went into panic mode when I pressed the wrong button in Clip Studio Paint the first time I ever used it. And honestly, I still sometimes learning the software to know. I still sometimes like learning how to use the software, and the only way to get better at the software is to just use it a lot. And by using it a lot, you will get to know more, you get used to it more, and like of course you get like more knowledge, more in your mental library about how this app functions. So if you find an app and you see all those different buttons and you just begin to panic, remember, everyone starts from a point, and you just have to use it a lot to get used to it. And so the next art tip that I'm going to share in this video is to have a tablet. It could be an iPad, a tablet, or a drawing tablet, and it can also be a drawing pad which looks something like this. But yes, having one is very important, and again, I'm saying this again, getting used to it takes time. Most artists will recommend a drawing pad, and I will also recommend a drawing pad if you're just starting out and don't have such a big budget. They're not so expensive and you can easily just buy one, but I don't really like that kind of tool. But if you're new and your budget's not that big, then I would highly recommend one of these drawing tablets, even though I'm not the biggest fan of it. I think it's very hard to use, but again, it's with that, getting used to it takes time, and you need to do consistent drawing, be consistent with your drawing journey to actually get used to your new tool. Like it took me like almost a month to actually get used to my tablet that I have now. And yes, it's just with that, getting used to it takes time. And you just have to be very consistent and just draw a lot to actually get used to it. The more you use it, the better it gets, because you'll naturally become more comfortable with it. So get a tablet, whether it's an iPad, a drawing pad, or a larger tablet. The bigger tablets are very expensive, and I would say you should only buy one if you really love drawing and actually want to do a big career and live for this. Because it's such a big screen, and the next thing is that it's so expensive, and it's very big. So yes, buy a tablet, and it can be every kind of tablet, and the more you use it, the more you get used to it. And yeah, so this tip, it's very important. It's like one of the most important things to actually remember when it comes to both traditional painting, sculpturing, or digital art, and that is your posture manners. When you're drawing on a tablet, paper, or anything else, your neck and back stay in the same position for long periods of time, and that will damage your body over time. Make sure you get up once in a while, because sitting in front of the screen can be addictive, even for artists. So try taking a break every, like I would say 45 minutes, but that's just how I like it. And I used to do that, but nowadays I could draw like a lot longer. And that's because I've been drawing for such a long time, so I've actually gotten used to those 45 minutes. But still, sometimes I think that 45 minutes to 50 minutes is actually how much you actually need to sit a day throughout your drawing process. Like if you have a piece that nearly takes 2 hours, every 45 minutes you will get up and do something else. And that's because if you sit for like such a long time, like 2 hours day drawing, not only will you burn out, but you will also like get a lot of pain in your back, in your neck, and like your eyes would just dry out. Like But yeah, get up, do something else. Do not draw every single day for 2 hours not doing anything. That's not good for your body, and that will actually damage your body at some point. The second art tip is one of those tips that I think so many people get wrong, and that is you don't need to know every single tool. Like so many newcomers nowadays, also me, and back then, when they first enter a drawing app, they will think that they have to know every single tool in the app, in the software. But just to let you know, you don't have to do that. You don't have to waste your time knowing every single tool, every single setting, every single something in the software. Like the more you use it, the more you will actually get used to those buttons, the more you will know. So I have been using Clip Studio and Paint for like nearly 4 years now, and to be honest, there's so many buttons that I don't even knew existed. And sometimes still today, after 4 years, I still find something new, I still find something different. And just knowing a lot of buttons is actually great, but the thing is that you don't have to. If you ever enter like a digital art software and you're scared of all these buttons, then I just want to let you know that you don't have to know every single button. The more you try, the more you will know. And that's just how it is. The more you use that kind of tool, the more you use that software, the more knowledge you will know. And the more buttons you try out, the more buttons you will know. You don't ever know if you're gonna like this one unless you try it, of course. So yes, don't be afraid of all those buttons. You don't have to know every single button the first day. And try to experiment with it. Try to see what it can do. And the very last art tip is that every artist is different. Every single artist has a different style. My style and your style are completely different. Why? Because we see differently. We are all different. We all see different things. I maybe see a dark red, but you might see a lighter red in this scenario right here, right now. But look at this painting on the video. So like there's no way, literally no way you can perfect master another artist's style. The artist you're watching doesn't think the same way as you do, and many newcomers get this wrong. Even me, like they study an artist for like so many months, weeks, years, maybe a year or something, but they can never actually perfect the art style, and they get mad or like they quit. But just to let you know, that artist that you're watching is not the same as you. He, her, they don't think the same way that you do. They don't see the same colors as you do. And this is why knowing this is so important. Knowing that every single artist is different is so important. I used to think I could copy someone's style perfectly, but the more I drew, the more I realized I was actually developing my own style, and I'm still learning today. Instead of studying just from one artist, try instead learning from multiple artists. And it's like studying from 5 different artists is much better than focusing on only one, because you get more just by studying from 2 artists than actually just studying from actually one artist. If you're done with this artist and you don't think you can learn more from this person, move on to the next person and see what you can take there. And something, because each artist, for me, is that each artist can teach you something new. And when you're only watching one artist, one person at the time, you don't get much out of it. It's like work. The more you work, the more knowledge, the more, like, what did you call it? I can't find the word for it, but the more experience that you get. So try out to study from more than just one artist. This person might be your favorite artist, but you can never perfect match the same art style that person has, because that person is not like you, doesn't think like you, and basically have another background story on how they got to that level. They got something else they basically teach themselves, or they had like someone else who taught them like things that you don't know about. So try to find something else, try to find someone else other than just one artist to learn from, because the more artists that you know about, the more artists, the more knowledge you will get. And yes, that was actually the very last art tip, and I hope that this tip might have helped you starting your art journey. And if so, then I think we're going to do a quick overview over the 5 art tips shared in this video. So here's a quick overview over the 5 art tips that I shared in this video. The very first one is that digital art and traditional art are not the same. You might enter this app and you might see all those buttons. Don't be scared, everyone starts from a point, and the more you use this tool, the more you get used to it. The second one is have a tablet. It can be an iPad, it can be a tablet, it can be a drawing tablet, or something else you can draw on. The third one is that your posture matters. Don't sit for hours a day drawing and drawing. That's what you will burn out. Instead, use some 45-minute rules, use some 50-minute rules. Sit for like some couple of times, set a timer, and move around, do something else other than just sitting on your tablet, because it can be addicting and it can make you suffer. It can burn you out instantly and it can really damage your body. So yeah, go do something else. The second tip is that you don't need to know every single tool. So the more you use the software, the more you just know. But just to let you know, you don't have to know every single tool in the app that you're using. The more you're trying out, the more that you will realize that you don't actually use it, you don't actually need it. So, and the very last tip is that every single artist are different. You don't see the same thing as others do, and they don't see the same as you do. They see something else, you see something else, and that's just how it is. You can't fully master another artist's work. And I think I just grabbed my mic. So yeah, that was actually it for this video. I hope that this tip helped you starting, or that at least gave you an idea on how to start your digital art journey. And yeah, this was just actually 5 tips that really helped me a lot and throughout my first period of the art journey. So yes,